Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror in the morning and noticed how your body is quietly changing day by day? Your belly slowly growing not necessarily from eating too much, but as if something heavy, silent, and unnamed is building up inside you. Have you ever felt your feet hit the floor in the morning, dragging weight like bricks, slow to move, unwilling to rise? Even though you went to bed early, ate light, and drank enough water, yet still the fatigue hangs in the air, like a fog that never clears. Have you ever wondered, why does your belly start to expand after 60? Why does it bloat even when you haven't eaten anything unusual? Why do your old shirts suddenly feel tight and your waistband digs deeper? And why does every meal become a negotiation between your stomach and your emotions? Is it simply age, or is there something deeper? Something we're missing within the body's natural rhythm? Have you ever sighed after a meal? Not because it was satisfying, but because you felt bloated, uncomfortable. Like your body no longer digests the way it once did. Have you tried lemon honey water, 3-day detoxes, ginger tea after dinner, and still nothing seems to change? Maybe you've started to believe this is just the fate of aging, that at a certain point the body simply gives in. A growing belly, a sluggish gut, a heaviness that weighs on both body and spirit. But have you ever considered that maybe, just maybe, a single glass of water each morning, prepared the right way, could help you start again from within? Mrs. Ellen in her 10 days of awakening, within her own body. Ellen lives in a small lakeside town in Michigan, where spring arrives late, the snow melts slowly, and the lake each morning reflects memories like a mirror. She lives in an old brown brick house built when she and her husband were young, with ivy-covered balconies and a porch swing she lovingly calls the silent chair. Now almost 80, Ellen is far from fragile, but in recent years she's felt her body quietly slipping from her grasp, so gently, so slowly, like a breeze you can't quite hold. Every morning she woke to a bloated belly, not painful but heavy, as if a dense fog had settled in her stomach overnight. Breakfast once a joy became a burden. She ate less and moved slower. She gave up sugar, refined carbs, pastries, yet her belly remained unchanged. The constant fullness and sluggishness made her fear each new morning. Then one day, while packing away old letters, she found a local newspaper clipping about Barbara O'Neill, a woman once debilitated by poor digestion, who had reclaimed her health thanks to one simple drink each morning. On a quiet whim, Ellen dusted off her old laptop, found Barbara's video. The screen was small, the speakers crackled, but the voice that came through was calm, certain, and gentle. We don't have to change the whole world. We just need to start with a glass of water. One warm glass infused with what nature gave us is enough to awaken the body, to bring you back to yourself. For reasons she couldn't explain, those words brought Ellen to tears. That night, for the first time in years, she sat and wrote it all down. Not a meal plan, not medicine, but a gentle morning recipe that felt like a lullaby. 1 cup of warm water, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, a few slices of fresh ginger, a pinch of ground cinnamon. She called it her morning breath, and so she began. Day 1. She drank in silence, then sat on the porch and listened to the wind. Day 3. She noticed her belly felt a little lighter after breakfast. Day 5. She slept through the night without waking from bloating. Day 7. She walked farther than usual, a gentle flexibility returning to her knees. Day 10. She looked in the mirror and thought, I'm still here. But the miracle wasn't just in her lighter belly or better digestion. It was in something deeper. A reconnection between her mind and her body, as if her body wasn't something to endure anymore, but a companion finally returning to her side. Her daughter called and noticed her voice was lighter. Neighbors saw her mowing the lawn early, and Ellen herself, who once believed aging meant surrender, wrote this in her journal: I don't need to become young again. I just want to feel fully alive in my body every day, and now I am. When Mrs. Ellen drank that small cup of water every morning, she had no idea she was setting off a chain reaction through her entire body. Silently and gently, that drink awakened natural mechanisms that age and years of forgotten habits had dulled. Let's take a closer look at each ingredient, not just to learn what it does, but to understand why it works and why this matters deeply, especially for seniors. Before we continue, if you found this video helpful, please consider giving us a like and leaving a comment to share your thoughts. It lets us know this content is valuable to you and helps YouTube spread it further to others who might need it most. We truly appreciate your support. 1. Warm water, a gentle hello to your stomach. Have you ever soaked in a warm bath after a long day? That soothing feeling of your muscles relaxing, your body letting go. Something similar happens inside your digestive system when you start the day with a cup of warm water. Warm water soothes the intestinal lining, boosts circulation, and reduces spasms in the colon. According to Harvard Health Publishing, warm water between 95 113 degrees Celsius, 35 to 45 degrees Celsius, can stimulate bowel movements, activating the body's natural rhythm of elimination, easing bloating and sluggish digestion. For seniors whose digestive systems may have slowed and whose intestinal muscles may be weaker, a morning cup of warm water acts like a soft start button for the day's internal engine. 2. Lemon, a natural alkaline boost to balance your body. Lemon is often praised for its vitamin C, but for older adults, its real gift lies in how it creates a mildly alkaline environment in the body once digested. As we age, and especially when we eat more protein and fewer vegetables, our internal pH can become acidic, which leads to inflammation, fat storage, and sluggish digestion. Though lemon tastes sour, it helps bring the body back into gentle alkalinity, the ideal state for enzymes to work for nutrients to be absorbed, and for the body to recognize food as nourishment, not as a burden. Vitamin C in lemon also boosts iron absorption, acts as an antioxidant, and supports liver function, an organ that quietly tires with age, yet carries the heavy task of filtering our blood every day. 3. Apple cider vinegar, a silent fighter against belly fat. Apple cider vinegar isn't just a folk remedy. A 2009 study published in Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry found that participants who consumed 15 ml of diluted ACV daily for 12 weeks lost an average of 2.6 to 3.7 pounds of belly fat without changing their diet. The secret lies in acetic acid, which slows sugar absorption, reduces post-meal blood sugar spikes, triggers fat-burning genes, and prevents the accumulation of visceral fat, the dangerous fat that surrounds organs and disrupts metabolism. For older adults who often eat less but move less, a growing belly isn't about overeating. It's about a slowed metabolism. Apple cider vinegar gently wakes that process back up, gradually, steadily, and without shock to the system. 4. Ginger, a small flame. In a body growing cold, ginger doesn't just warm the soul, it warms the digestive system, opens up. Small blood vessels improve circulation and helps food move faster through the intestines. According to the National Library of Medicine, ginger contains gingerol and shogal, two compounds with anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties that help reduce bloating, indigestion, and nausea. For older bodies, when the liver and kidneys are slower, when the organs are sleepier than they used to be, ginger acts like a soft hand on the back, whispering, "Keep going. You still have time to heal." 5. Cinnamon, a sweetness without sugar, a shield for blood sugar control. Cinnamon is a gift to older adults. Just a pinch each morning can improve insulin sensitivity, helping the body process sugar more effectively, crucial for preventing belly fat, slowing cell aging, and warding off silent diabetes. The American Diabetes Association has recognized cinnamon as one of the foods that show promising benefits for those with prediabetes. It also has a naturally calming aroma, which helps evoke positive emotions and reduce stress. And often it's stress, not food, that causes erratic eating habits and internal fat buildup in older adults. One small drink, 5 thoughtful ingredients, and a body slowly remembering how to heal itself. A 10-day morning habit, a lighter body. A calmer life in the world of seniors, where each step must be taken with care, where every meal is chosen with thought. A small, consistent habit each morning can be more powerful than expensive medicine. That's why the method known as 1 warm glass of water each morning for 10 days has quietly spread among people seeking a slower, gentler, more connected way of living and of returning to their own body. 1. Why the morning is a golden window. After a long night's sleep, your body is like a garden emerging from winter. It needs a light watering, a gentle awakening, a soft start. Drinking a warm glass of water with natural ingredients before breakfast helps. Activate the liver and kidneys, your body's detox systems. Stimulate bowel movement, making digestion easier. Awaken digestive enzymes, boosting nutrient absorption at breakfast. Reduce cravings, helping prevent overeating afterward. This is what Barbara O'Neill calls a friendly preparation for a healthy day. 2. The 10-day journey, a small step each day. When Ellen first started, all she hoped for was less bloating. But what happened went far beyond that. Day 1 to 3, the body adjusts to the warmth. Digestion feels easier. Mornings feel less heavy. Day 4 to 6, sleep becomes deeper. Sudden hunger fades, no more tight belly after breakfast. Day 7 to 10, waking up feels smoother with less stiffness. Able to walk farther than usual. A sense of joy returns, like being in charge of your body again. And most importantly, a new excitement for daily life. Something many seniors had quietly given up on comes back. 3. How to make it simple as a good morning. Wish you don't need gadgets. No need to measure grams. Just a clean cup, a spoon, and simple ingredients. Morning recipe: 1 to 2 cups of warm water, like a baby's bath. 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. A few slices of fresh ginger, or 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger. 1/4 teaspoon ground cinnamon. How to drink it. Drink it on an empty stomach right after waking. Sit down, sip slowly. Feel each sip. Wait 20-30 minutes before eating breakfast so your body can fully absorb it. 4. Important notes. This isn't one size fits all. Though this is a natural method, it still requires care. If you have gastric issues like ulcers or acid reflux, reduce lemon and vinegar. If you experience low blood sugar, avoid drinking when very hungry. If you're taking diabetes or heart medication, consult your doctor first. And most importantly, do not overdo it. Doubling the lemon or vinegar won't double the benefits. In fact, it may irritate your stomach or harm your teeth enamel if you don't rinse afterward. The second story: the husband and a handheld in the old garden. Harold was once a carpenter, a man of sawdust hammers and pine wood. At 81, he still remembered how to build a rocking chair without a blueprint. But his body, the one that used to feel as sturdy as oak, no longer matched the strength in his mind. After turning 70, he began to notice subtle shifts. His belly grew, though he ate carefully. Each morning he felt a weight, not in pounds, but in a heaviness pulling from within, bloating, sluggishness, unexplained fatigue. His wife Edith noticed most, not from complaints, but from his growing silence. They lived in a small house on the edge of Burlington, Vermont, where spring came late, and autumn leaves were often covered in snow before they had time to fall. Their backyard had a small garden of daisies and strawberries, once their shared joy. But for the last 3 years, Harold hadn't stepped outside. Not because he didn't love it, but because he no longer saw a reason to. One evening, as Edith watched a Barbara O'Neill video, Harold sat quietly in his old armchair, eyes fixed on the screen. Barbara said, "Just 10 days. One small glass each morning can reopen the forgotten pathways in your body." Edith gently placed her hand over his. "Shall we try, Harold? I'll make one for both of us every morning. It's easy." He didn't answer. But the next morning, when Edith walked into the kitchen at 6 a.m., she found the water already warming, Harold quietly rinsing the cups. "Day 3, he said. "Feels like my stomach's not as tight, doesn't it?" Day 6, he walked into the garden. Not because he had something to do, just because he felt like it. On day 8, he cleared off their old patio table, where they once sipped tea in younger days. On day 10, he picked out some forgotten seed packets from the shed. Edith asked, thinking of planting again. He smiled. "We're still here, aren't we? The garden should be too." That sentence, simple, no frills, was his awakening. One spring morning, as they both sipped their warm drink with lemon apple cider vinegar and cinnamon, Harold turned to her and said, "Let's make one for Mr. Walter too. He's been saying he's bloated but doesn't know what to do." And so from one cup, a habit that seemed so small, a ripple of quiet change spread through their neighborhood. No one talked about age. No one spoke of getting younger. But everyone felt more present, breathed a little deeper, and began to look forward to tomorrow again. Scientific insight, clinical studies behind each ingredient. We've seen the gentle yet profound transformation in Mr. Harold and Mrs. Edith, how a seemingly simple habit sparked real change. But what makes this method so powerful isn't just the personal stories. It's the scientific validation that supports each element in this daily ritual. Let's take a deeper look at the mechanism behind each ingredient and why health professionals around the world are now recommending them. 1. Warm water. Stimulates digestion, boosts metabolism. According to the National Institutes of Health, drinking a cup of warm water in the morning can increase metabolic rate by up to 24% within 90 minutes of consumption. Warm water activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and digestion. It supports bowel movement, peristalsis, gastric secretion, nutrient absorption. For seniors whose digestion and nervous systems slow with age, this is a safe, natural way to wake up the body. 2. Lemon enhances iron absorption, reduces inflammation, balances pH. A study in the British Journal of Nutrition found that vitamin C from lemon can boost iron absorption from plant-based foods by up to 67%, reducing the risk of anemia, a common condition among older adults. Lemon also creates a mildly alkaline environment in the body, helping the liver detox naturally and prevent kidney stones thanks to citric acid. Increase bile production for better fat digestion. Slow cellular aging through antioxidant effects. 3. Apple cider vinegar reduces belly fat, stabilizes blood sugar. A study published in the Journal of Functional Foods showed that people who took 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar daily for 12 weeks experienced weight loss of 3-4 pounds. Lower BMI, smaller waist circumference. This is due to acetic acid, which helps prevent visceral fat buildup. Lower insulin and increase satiety, stabilize post-meal blood sugar. For seniors who are especially vulnerable to heart disease and diabetes, these benefits are not just helpful, they're essential. 4. Ginger. Fights inflammation, relieves bloating, improves circulation. Research from the National Library of Medicine found that ginger reduces indigestion symptoms by 25%, speeds up stomach emptying, improves peripheral blood flow. Ginger contains gingerol and school 2 potent anti-inflammatory compounds that relieve arthritis pain, lower LDL bad cholesterol, soothe muscle soreness after physical activity. For older adults experiencing stiffness or tingling in the limbs, ginger offers gentle prescription-free relief from within. 5. Cinnamon balances insulin, prevents fat buildup. A clinical study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that cinnamon can improve insulin sensitivity by 20%, leading to reduced belly fat. Fewer false hunger signals, more stable blood sugar throughout the morning. Cinnamon is also rich in polyphenols, which help combat oxidative stress, protect aging cells, support long-term metabolic health. By the end of this journey, you may not only remember each ingredient, warm water, lemon, apple cider, vinegar, ginger, cinnamon, but also recall the familiar faces behind them. Mrs. Ellen, Mr. Harold, Mrs. Edith. Ordinary people who once felt disconnected from their bodies, but through a small daily ritual rediscovered the joy of walking freely, the comfort of an old garden, and the quiet strength of a hand held in spring. No one said aging is easy, and no glass of water can promise to heal everything. But one truth has been proven through emotion, experience, and science. Consistency, listening to your body, and returning to nature, these are the real keys. Remember this. A single glass of water won't change your life overnight, but it may be the first brick in rebuilding trust with your body. A slow morning won't stop aging, but it gives you the power to own your day. And every time you prepare this drink, it's not just for your digestion, it's for a mind learning to soften, for a heart seeking optimism again. You can start today. Place a clean cup near the stove. Let it be your gentle reminder that you deserve 10 quiet minutes each morning. Gather your ingredients, no need for perfection. Start with what you have, and if you're still reading this, I hope your first sip comes tomorrow morning. A heartfelt invitation. If this message has been helpful to you, leave a comment below. I'll start tomorrow morning as a small promise to yourself. Hit subscribe so each week you'll receive more stories and reminders like this, and share this video or post with a friend who might need it, because just one warm glass of water could make someone's entire week feel lighter. This may be the end of the video, but your journey is just beginning. See you tomorrow morning over your first warm drink, and you might just find your body never left you. It was simply waiting for you to come back the right way.